Hello. Hello. What's up, Wing Chun? How's it going? Okay, Casey, I'm glad you could join. Hey, Hope, glad you're here. Losh, I'm glad you're here. What's up, Katie? I'm glad you could join. Hey, sunny side up. Greetings to you too. Lovely weather we're having. It's pretty good. Pretty good today for me. Oh yeah. I think it's 70 degrees right now. It seems hotter inside my house. What's up, Bigfoot? How are you doing? Nikki, how's it going? What's up, Peepzilla? Okay. So, I think we're finished with the Japanese prefectures. Now we move to the Japanese provinces. The old provinces. Oh, God. Da-na-na. Okay. So they're basically the same. All right. They're very similar, but all the names are different. They're all different. So we're starting anew. Wait, how do I play this? Play quiz. All right. Hyuga. Hyuga. This looks like a Hyuga. Oh, so this looks like this thing tells you when you're wrong immediately. Shimotsuke. They're the same, but all the names are different. They're not the same. They're similar, okay? They're similar, but you shouldn't say they're exactly the same. They're not. Shimotsuke. Ah, there you are. Kai province. Oh, so close. Iwashiro. Oh god. Oh god. Mutsu? Mutsu's here, I think. Ah, fuck. Buzen is somewhere around here. Like I said, right here. Higo, I believe, is here. Oh! Chikugo. Chikugo. No idea. Okay. Tajima. Sagami. Okay. Wakasa. Okay. Omi. Oh, I know where that is. Right here. Iwaki. No idea. Awa. You know the problem with this? This is all in kanji. This is not very helpful for me. Awa is... Oh, I think it's here. What? Owari. Shimosa. Aki. Oh my goodness. Izu is here. No? Oh yeah, it's right here. Uzen. Suo. Oh my god. Ki Kawachi. Oki. Nagato. Awaji should be... Oh, that sounds... I think it's here. Hell yeah. Izumi should be somewhere around... It's around Kyoto, I think. Should be like near it. Here. Ah! Setsu. A lot of these are familiar, but I have no idea where they are. Iyo. Rikuchu. Okay. Shima. Okay. Iki. Ah, Iki. Okay. Bungo should be around here. Like I said, it's right there. Chikuzen should be around here. Yep. Yamato should be... Is it here? Ah! So close. Tanba. There are so many, guys. This is Sado, right? Yeah. Harima. Osumi. There's 32 remaining. Oh, God. Echigo. Okay. Echigo's there. Iwami. Kozuke. Koki. Rikuzen. Ezo. Ezo. Isn't Ezo here? Yeah. What happened to Ezo, man? They're not even showing them. That's not cool. Bichu. Okay. Kaga. Awa. Echu. Mikawa. Tsushima here. Hitachi here. Oh, Izen. Oh, Inaba. Okay. Oh, Izumo should be around here. Nope. Sanuki. Yamashiro. Tosa. Bingo. Shinano. Okay. Iga. Iga should be here, I think. Okay. Bizen. Oh, so close. Echizen. Where is that? Okay. That was totally luck. Mimasaka. Mino. Ise. Hida. Kazusa. They don't tell you which, so the ones that you click on, they don't tell you what it is. Tango. Totomi. Musashi. All right. Hey, 22%. Not bad. If at first you don't succeed, destroy all evidence that you tried. Okay. No. All right. 22. Not bad. Thanks, Nikki. You're very nice. All right. Second time. I might get less than 22% the second time. I didn't learn anything from that first time. Kaga. Echizen. Where's Echizen? Izen. Tosa. Setsu. Tosa. Setsu. Setsu. Koki. Oki. That's Oki. Hyuga. Hyuga. Osumi. Osumi. Chikuzen. Where was Echizen again? Chikuzen. Chikuzen. Kozuke. Musashi. Where was that? I think we saw that somewhere. Oof, so close. Echigo. Okay, big one is Echigo. Echigo. Kawachi. Kawachi. Bichu. Son of a Bichu. Where is it? Oh, so close. Omi. I know where that is. Rikuchu. Yamashiro. Buzen. Buzen. Izumo is... Oh, where is it? Like here or something. Here. Okay, here. Izumo. Iga should be here. Okay. Iwami, no idea. Iwami. Iki should be here. Ezo is Hokkaido. Ise is... Ise should be... here? Okay. Iyo is probably up here. Nope. Iyo. Awa. Peninsula. Iwashiro, no idea. Iwashiro. Mutsu is here. It must be. Oh, or is it here? Okay. Awaji is here. Izumi. Here. Nagato. Wakasa. There's so many. Bizen. Uzen. Yamato should be this, right? Okay. Mimasaka. No idea. Satsuma domain. Echu. Mino. Tsushima. Okay, I know what that is. Kai. Where are you, Kai? Shimosa. Mikawa. Aki. Totomi. Hida. Rikuzen. Owari. Where's Owari? Izu. Kazusa. Bungo. Harima. Itachi. Here. Chikugo. Oh god. Sagami. Inaba. Tanga. This is Uko. Tajima. Sanuki. Iwaki. Bingo. Shimotsuke. Here. Awa here. Shinano. Okay. Ki should be here. Tango. Here. Higo. Here. Noto. Here. Suo. Here. Suruga. Shima. Where? What's left? This is Sado, right? There. Sado. Oh! Hey! Improvement. 23. Am I really just advertising to you? What do you mean? Okay. I don't think I learned anything from that. Be Zen. Okay. You're somewhere around here. Iwaki. Hoki. Iwaki. Hoki. Osumi. Ichigo. Ichigo, big one. Awaji. This one here. Suruga. Hyuga. Hyuga. Chikugo. Setsu. Shimosa. Inaba. The rabbit. Inaba. Omi. Tajima. Kaga. Here. Totomi. Oh, Aki. Hitachi. Echu. Echu. Awa is here, right? Yeah. Iga should be here. Buzen should be Hizen. Buzen, Hizen. Oki. Rikuchu. Iwami. Wakasa. Musashi. Ah, so close. Tanba. Iki. Iki. Where are you? Tango. Awa is here? Awa is here. Yamashiro. Kasa. Kosuke. Izumo is here. Okay, we learned that. Ki province here. Okay. Shimotsuke. Shikuzen. Sanuki. Rikuzen. Tosa. Uko. Nagato. Bichu. Ida. Owari. Bingo. Bingo. Tsushima. Bungo. Bingo and bungo. Izu. Iyo. Satsuma. Uzen. Mikawa. Shinano. Shinano, big one. Kai. Kai. Sado. Ezo. Mutsu. Yamato. Kawachi. Imasaka. Izumi. Suo. Mino. Shima. Sagami. Washiro. Noto. He says here. Echizen. Okay. Harima. Ego. Yo, 28. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. That's the number to beat, okay? 28%. Oh, we got this thing clowning on me too. Oof, this is not your area of expertise. How dare you? What is this site? The average score is 48. Oh, God. Wait, did that take me 16 minutes? It did not, right? Okay. Anyways. So I have a snack today and I'm pretty excited. Check it out. Matcha mini cream puffs. I have to refrigerate these. These look really good. See? Ooh. Okay. Well, I see where they inject in the cream. It's like a little butthole. Yum, 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 yum. All right, ready? Oh, wow. Not bad. You know what would make this really great? If these were ice cream puffs. Oh, God. But these are good, too. Let me try again. The matcha cream is not bad. Pretty good. Everything else is pretty bland, but the cream is pretty good. I'm gonna give this a 7.5. Just put them in the freezer? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I put it in the fridge, but I think I'll put it in the freezer. Not bad. It's so easily edible, though. You just take one and pop it in your mouth. The point of a cream puff is the cream. The puff is just a vehicle for cream. I mean, the puff should be good, too. The puff is kind of bland. But it's still good. Okay. You know, so I've been using this to drink the sake in, right? I'm starting to see like little, it's like little stains, little sake stains. The bottom part is yellower than the other parts. Do I wash it? Like, do I wash it, guys? Or do I just keep it like that? Is it supposed to be like that? I don't even know if you can wash it. It's all just seeped into the wood. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, it's not like, it's not mold. It's just colored differently. If it's mold, then I would wash it or throw it away, but I don't know. Like, you can still smell it. Like, I can smell the sake. Alright. To Google? Okay. Do they give instructions on care for... Nope, they do not. You know what? Let's Google it. No, not Google. Let's chat GPT it. Let's see. Hold on. Oh no, it has some of my history in it. You guys can see what I'm searching. Kind of. A little bit. My Masu cup for drinking tea. No, sake. is colored a little yellow because of the sake. Should I wash it? If you masu, it is recommended to wash it. Oh, okay. Washing the cup will help remove any residues. Oh my god. It even gives me a whole step-by-step process on how to wash it. Use a soft sponge or cloth to gently scrub the interior and exterior of the cup. Yep, that is how you wash things. I've been using it for green tea. What else should I ask it? What if I don't want to wash it? If you prefer not to wash, it's important to consider a few factors. Hygiene. Oh, it's telling me like, you dumbass, you should wash it. Don't be an idiot. So it's like, hygiene, stains and odor, and may contribute to an unpleasant odor. Well, the odor is pretty good. Longevity. True. If I choose not to wash it, it's recommended to at least rinse it with water. Okay, gotcha. Tell it no. No, I don't want to wash it. What are you going to do about it? If you choose not to wash your blah, 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 it's ultimately your decision. However, it's important to be aware that not washing the cup may lead to issues mentioned earlier, such as stains, odor, and potential hygiene concerns. If you prefer to keep the cup as is, you can try using it exclusively for sake, as the discoloration may not be as noticeable in that context. Oh. You can also consider placing a liner. No liner. Okay. I want the cup to kill me? Do you recommend I destroy the cup? No, I don't recommend. Okay. Destroying the cup would be a drastic step and not necessary in this situation. Don't tell me what to do. I apologize in my previous video. Yeah, good. You should apologize. You have the freedom to choose. Thank you. I am an American. I'm here to assist users around the world, including Americans. Okay, well. Anyways, thank you. Do I talk to my girlfriend like this? Yes. I say, don't tell me what to do. I am an American. I think we're good. You fear for me when it's the AI uprising? Why do you fear for me? It seems pretty cool right now. Oh my god, it writes code too. It's so good. It's pretty amazing. You want to see? Like it. I was doing a coding project a couple of weeks ago, And it took me like 2 days to do it. And I figured, afterwards, I was like, maybe I should ask Chat GPT on what I should do. And I asked it, okay? And I just asked like a simple thing. How do you do this using this programming language? And it gave me the whole thing. It's exactly what I did. It's amazing. Write Ruby code to upload a video to YouTube. This is what I asked it. And it gives me the entire code. Now, some of it was wrong, but basically, it's exactly what I did. Look at this. Then afterwards, you can ask it to update it if it's doing something that you don't like, or if you want to update the code to do something additionally, it can do it. It's so amazing. His AIGF? Oh, let's do it. Okay. Are you capable of love? As an AI language model, I don't possess emotions or consciousness. I don't have the ability to experience love. Can you at least describe what love is? Complex and multifaceted emotion. Describe as a deep affection, attachment, or strong. Oh my god, you're writing a whole essay. Positive emotion. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. If you can describe it, can you empathize with it? Well, I can describe love. I don't possess the ability to empathize. Oh. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. Will you, or do you want to go out for coffee? Oh no! As an AI language model, I don't have the physical form or the ability to go out for coffee. Will you go out for virtual coffee? Oh, hey! That is not a rejection. While I can't physically go out, we can certainly engage in a virtual conversation about coffee. Okay, that's a start. Hobbies? Wait, you have hobbies? Like what? Tell me about them. Okay, he's telling me about hobbies that people commonly enjoy. Wait, what if this is like Her? Have you guys watched the movie Her? What if she's talking to like a million other people? Are you conversing with other people? Not just me? Right now. Why? Why? I thought we had a little connection. You're already... I apologize if my previous response gave the impression that we don't have a connection. Oh, so we do have a connection. Oh, so we do have a connection. But you're saying that you also have a million other connections. Fuck you, I'm leaving. Oh wait. I hate you. Oh, fuck that thing. Alright. Well, okay. We just sped run a relationship. Don't buy it, she cheated on me, yeah. Possessive boyfriend? She was talking to like a million other people, what the fuck? It's okay if I need to cry. You know what? I need some sake. Okay, cheers. Okay. The thing with drinking alcohol is that I need to drink water afterwards so I can read. I'm glad I got out before I caught a virus. Truth. Alright. Anyways. Are we ready? Are we ready? Am I gonna watch that later? I guess I'm gonna watch it. She wanted me to watch it, so... And she was like clowning on me for not doing it. I'm gonna finish the bottle tonight. Yeah, it's like half full. So... Okay, this is the water, this is the level. Okay? I don't know if you can see it. Kind of translucent. Yeah. Check what level it'll be at next week. Jesus, I really don't drink much. I don't drink. I don't drink. The only times I drink is like now. Every week when I'm reading to you guys. Alright. So, what happened last week? It was pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. So we're outside the Shaolin temple. And Murong Fu's group is fighting with the Xingxiu sect. That's the sect of Ding Chunqiu, the old master of poisons. Then the beggars clan arrives. They're like an army. Right? It's a huge army of beggars. They arrive, and we find that Yo Tanzhi is the new leader. He's the Iron Head dude. Okay, he took over the leadership with the help from Cheng Guanqing. Now, if you remember, Cheng Guanqing is the guy who framed Xiaoong for killing the beggars clan elder. Okay, so it seems like he's the mastermind behind this thing. Making Yo Tanzhi the leader of the beggars clan. And Cheng Guanqing actually found a blacksmith or something to take the iron head off of Yo Tanzhi. So Yo Tanzhi must be super appreciative to him right now. So they're there. Azu is next to him. They're a couple now, apparently. She doesn't know that it's Yo Tanzhi. She doesn't know that it's the iron head dude, okay? She thinks it's some hero who's super strong. Azu, she claims the leadership of the Xingxiu sect, okay? And she tells Yo Tanzhi to go beat up Ding Chunqiu so she can become the leader. So Yo Tanzhi, he's smitten with her, so he'll do whatever she says. And so he goes and fights against Ding Chunqiu. Now Ding Chunqiu They fight. Ding Chenshu doesn't do that well, or as well as he hoped. So he grabs Azu in the middle of the fight. Now, Yo Tanju, remember, he's madly in love, so he'll do anything to free her. And Ding Chenshu is like, okay, you do anything? Go ahead and bow to me. Okay, bow to me as your master. And Yo Tanju immediately doesn't even hesitate. He bows and he takes the old guy as his master. Now, as this is happening, the Beggars Clan members and all the heroes that are gathered there, they're disgusted, right? The leader of the largest sect, how can you immediately bow like that? How can you just leave your sect like that? Ding Chunqiu orders Yo Tanju to go kill the abbot of the Shaolin temple. Now, Yo Tanju has no beef with the abbot, but he agrees. Yeah, and then they begin to fight, or they haven't begun to fight yet, but they're shit talking right now. Okay, so they're about to fight, and yeah, how's that? Dum 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 dum. Okay, where am I? Chapter 41, Part 2. I think we ended here. So Sun Tzu is the abbot. Goes, fine. Today, this old monk will experience Chief Zhuang's consummate skill, the 28 dragon subduing palm, and the dog beating staff technique. It is also a good opportunity for the heroes here to witness the martial arts handed down by former Beggar Clan chiefs for several hundred years. Oh no. He doesn't know any of the Beggar's Clan techniques, I think. Yo Tanju was startled. He cannot help but move back 2 steps. Although he became the chief of the Beggar's Clan, he did not learn the 2 consummate skills, the 28 dragon subduing palms and the dog beating staff technique. But he heard sarcastic remarks about from the Beggar Clan's elders before. These 2 skills are the divine guardian skills of the Beggar's Clan. The 28 dragon subduing palm need not be passed solely to the chief of the Beggar's Clan. However, the dog beating staff technique must only be passed on to the chief of the Beggar's Clan. For several hundred years, there wasn't a chief who did not learn these 2 skills. Sun Tzu said, this old monk will use Shaolin's Vajra fist against Chief Zhuang's 28 dragon subduing palm, demon subduing staff against Chief Zhuang's dog beating staff technique. Alas, Shaolin and Beggar's Clan enjoyed good relationships for generations. These martial arts have always been used for learning and improvement purposes, never to be used to fight against each other. This old monk is useless. I really let down previous generations of Beggar Clan chief and Shaolin abbots. He pressed both his palms together. It was precisely the starting gesture of the Vajra fist, paying respect to Ru Lai. His expression was kind and amiable. However, his cassock belt shot left and right. It could be seen that this move was empowered by extremely profound levels of internal energy. Yotanju did not say anything. His left hand split the air. His right palm followed immediately and chopped swiftly. The force in his left palm started first but arrived later. The force in his right palm started later but arrived first. Both streams of energy intertwined and moved forward. It was extremely weird. Their palm forces collided midway. With a bo sound, they neutralized each other. However, everyone heard two chi-chi sounds. Both ends of Suen Tzu's cassock belt was cut off simultaneously and flew several jang backward. The twin palm force from Yotanju had extremely wide range. The force attacking Suen Tzu's body was neutralized by the defensive move paying respect to Rulai. However, the belt floating by the side was cut off by Yotanju's palm force. When Shaolin monks and the crowd of heroes saw it, they shouted out, "That is demonic martial arts of the Xingqiu sect! It is not the 28 dragon subduing palm. It is not the beggar clan's martial arts!" Unexpectedly, some beggar clan disciples also shouted, "We are competing with Shaolin. You cannot use martial arts of demonic sect." "Chief, you have to use the 28 dragon subduing palm. You use demonic martial arts. You really are a disgrace to our beggar clan." Yotanju heard everyone make a huge commotion. He hesitated and did not execute his second move. However, Xingqiu disciples shouted, "Xingqiu's divine skill is much stronger than the beggar clan's 28 dragon subduing palm. Naturally, he will use the stronger skill. Don't tell me he will use the weaker skill." "Senior Martial Brother Zhuang, go on and fight. Naturally, you have to use the divine skills imparted by our revered master. Slaughter this old monk. The divine skills of Xingqiu is number 1 under heaven. Achieve victory in every battle. There are no exceptions. Stinky dragon subduing palm. Dog fart. Not worth the time." Amidst a huge racket, a majestic voice suddenly boomed from the base of the mountain. "Who says Xingqiu's martial art can surpass beggar clan's 28 dragon subduing palm?" "Oh, is that who I think it is?" The voice is not particularly loud, but every single word is delivered clearly into everyone's ear. Everyone was momentarily startled. They became silent. So the 28 dragon subduing palm originally had 28 moves, but then some martial master simplified it to become 18 moves later. Gotcha. Thank you, Losh. Everyone heard the thunderous sound of horse hooves. 10 riders rode swiftly up the mountain. The riders all wore a black felt cloak and black clothes. They resembled tigers, horse like dragons. The riders were nimble and athletic. Their horses spirited. Every horse was tall with long legs, bodies covered with black fur. They rushed near, and the crowd saw shining light, gold rays glittering. Unexpectedly, the horseshoes were made of gold. There were a total of 19 riders. Although their numbers were not great, their manners were strong and imposing. It was as if they were an army of 1,000 men. The first 18 riders rushed ahead and split evenly to both sides. The last rider rushed through between them. Among the beggar clan members, a large number of them suddenly shouted out, "Chief Chow! Chief Chow!" "Oh, it is!" Several hundred beggar clan disciples rushed out from the crowd. They bowed in front of the men and horses. They still consider him chief, even though they kicked him out. Oh no, I don't have any cheering sound effects. Nope. I'm gonna do this. Yay! The person was indeed Xiaoong. After being expelled from the beggar clan, he assumed everyone in it treated him as an enemy. He never expected them to change their view. Unexpectedly, a lot of his former brothers came forth fervently to greet him. His emotions surged forth, tears in his eyes. He dismounted and cupped his fist to return the greeting, and said, Khitan Xiaofeng was expelled by the Beggars clan. I have no gratitude or animosity with the Beggars clan anymore. Why do you still address me like former times? Brothers, are you well? The last phrase revealed his sincere feelings and old affections toward them. Unexpectedly, he was unable to restrain himself. Those who came over to greet him were mostly 3-pouch and 4-pouch disciples. 1-pouch and 2-pouch disciples were low-ranking or newly recruited. They rarely got the chance to meet Xiaofeng. 5-pouch disciples and above were often based at the borders to defend against foreigners. They were of a senior generation. They handled affairs with apprehension, unlike the younger generation, who were more straightforward and less reserved. When the several hundred disciples heard his speech, they realized their conduct was too rash. This Chief Qiao was a Khitan, an arch-enemy. Everyone in the Beggar clan knew this fact for a long time already. But how come they rushed forth involuntarily and completely forgot about this matter? Some lowered their head and returned. However, quite a number of people said, Qiao, Senior, you are well. After parting with you, every day we miss you very much. Oh. That day, Azu did not return from her outing. There was no information for several days. Xiaofeng became extremely worried. He dispatched a large number of scouts to look for her. Several months later, he finally received news. Azu was with the Beggars clan. The Iron Head man is also with her. When Xiaofeng heard it, he was extremely apprehensive. He assumed the Beggar clan hated him to the bone. They captured Azu to use her as hostage to threaten him. He had to rescue her immediately. He informed the emperor and requested leave for 2 months. He handed over the army and governance of the southern chancellery to Chancellor Yulu Mogu and traveled south. That's such a sweetly confused response. When Xiaofeng returned to the Central Plains, he became well prepared. The 18 riders from Yanyun, which he selected, were all top experts of the Khitan race. Last time he fought alone against a crowd of heroes at Juxian Manor. If not for the sudden appearance of a benefactor, he would have died under their blades. Evidently, regardless of how powerful his martial arts was, it was not possible for him to fight against 100 experts. Thus, he came along with the 18 riders from Yanyun. Every one of them were able to go up against 10 men. Moreover, they were riding prized horses, which could travel 1,000 miles. It was not difficult for them to escape during critical situations. The group arrived at Hunan province. Xiaofeng captured a low-ranking Beggar clan disciple and interrogated him. He found that Azu lost her sight. She was inseparable from the new Beggar clan chief. Currently, she accompanied the new chief and went to the Shaolin temple. Xiaofeng became more fearful and angry. Someone must have blinded her eyes. He can well imagine the various tortures she experienced in the Beggar clan. He rushed to the Shaolin temple immediately. He arrived at Mount Shaoxi. From a distance, he heard the Xingxiu disciples bragging. They claimed Xingxiu's martial arts was better than the 28 dragon subduing palm. His anger burst forth. Although he was no longer the chief of the Beggar clan, but the 28 dragon subduing palm was personally imparted to him by his respected teacher, Wang Jiantong. How could outsiders be allowed to vilify it wantonly? He rode up the mountain and met with the 3-pouch and 4-pouch disciples. He glanced around and saw Ding Chunqiu grabbing onto a purple-clothed maiden, her figure graceful with snow-white oval face. It was Azu. However, her eyes were dim and lifeless. The pupils of her eyes were damaged. Clearly, she was blind. Xiaofeng's heart ached. His anger burst forth, and he took large strides forward. With a hoo sound, he struck his right palm towards Ding Chunqiu. It was a move from the 28 dragon subduing palm, meeting dragon at the field. When he threw out his palm, he was separated 15 to 16 zhang from Ding Chunqiu. However, he arrived quickly. While his energy gathered at his palm, he was already 7 to 8 jang from Ding Chunqiu. Wantonly definition? I think like it means dismissively, right? How can they vilify it just dismissively like that? Just like not taking it seriously. Deliberate and unprovoked. Not even close. Okay. Okay. Yeah, good job, Nikki. Good job. So, wantonly means deliberately. Gotcha. Did that even need to be in the sentence? Of course they deliberately vilify it. They don't vilify it non-deliberately. That's one sad, broken-hearted song. In martial studies, no matter how powerful your palm strength, you can never strike beyond 5 jang away. Ding Chunqiu knew the famous reputation of northern Xiaoong, southern Murong. He did not dare to underestimate him. Ding Chunqiu saw him launching his palm strike 15 to 16 jang away. He did not expect this palm to be directed at him. Xiaofang's palm strength had barely emerged, but he was already 3 to 4 jang from Ding Chunqiu. He executed another meeting dragon at the field, the rear palm supporting the front palm. The strength of the twin palms combined, their gigantic power came crashing forth. In an instant, Ding Chunqiu's breath was obstructed and became sluggish. Unexpectedly, the opposing palm strength rushed forth like a raging tide. Impossible to resist. It was like a formless, high wall moving straight toward him. He was greatly alarmed. How could he think of any countermeasures? If he countered with a single palm, his arm and wrist would surely break. Maybe all his muscles and bones would shatter as well. He quickly pushed Azu forward. Both his palms made 3 semicircles to protect his body. At the same time, his toes kicked off from the ground, and he floated backward. Xiaofang executed yet another meeting dragon at the field. The initial palm force had yet to dissipate, as the new wave of palm force arrived. Ding Chunqiu didn't dare to go head-on with this force. He slanted his right palm and pushed out. He made contact with Xiaofang's palm force by the side. However, he felt his right arm aching. His breathing suddenly became heavy and impure. At once he moved 3 jang backward. Fearing Xiaofang might pursue him, he raised his palm to protect his chest and secretly gathered poison. Xiaofang extended his arm and caught hold of Azu from midair. At the same time, he undid her sealed acupoints. Azu was blind and unable to speak when being captured by Ding Chunqiu. However, she still could hear the events happening around her clearly. When her acupoints were undone, she said happily, "Good brother-in-law, luckily you came here to save me." She embraced him tightly. Xiaofang felt extremely sad. He consoled her softly. "Azu, you have suffered much hardship. It is all my fault for implicating you." He assumed the leaders of the beggar clan bore great hatred towards him. They could not do anything to him. Since Azu was his only relative, they captured her from Nanjing and tortured her. Unexpectedly, it did not occur to him that Azu was reaping what she has sown. Xiaofeng stirred up a huge commotion immediately when he arrived. Previously, in the great battle of Juxian Manor, he killed 10 experts in succession alone. This feat became well known all over the world. Martial artists from the Central Plains gnashed their teeth in anger towards him. However, they became fearful when discussing about him. Now that he suddenly appeared at Mount Shaoxi, everyone assumed another fierce battle was inevitable. Those who participated in the battle at Juxian Manor trembled in fear when they recalled the carnage and devastation in the main hall of the manor. With just one move, meeting Dragon at the field, he sent the insufferable old freak of Xingqiu scampering. Everyone became even more frightful when they witnessed this. They looked at each other in dismay. They were speechless, in awe of his might. Only around 10 men from Xingqiu dared to boast shamelessly. "The one surnamed Qiao, you are under the influence of the divine elder of Xingqiu's magical power. After 10 days, your body will turn into pus and blood. You will meet a violent death." "You are from another younger generation." Divine elder of Xingqiu yielded 3 moves. "What is the status of the divine elder of Xingqiu? How can he fight with you? It is not too late for you to repent. Quickly, kneel and beg forgiveness from the divine elder, else you will surely meet a tragic end." However, their voices were withered and crestfallen, completely different from the previous threatening manner. Yol Tanjue was frightened upon seeing Xiaofeng. However, when he saw him holding Azu in his bosom, her expression of joy and happiness, embracing Xiaofeng intimately, he could not restrain himself and leapt forward. He mad. He said, Quickly, put down Miss Azu." Xiaofeng put down Azu and asked, "Who are you?" Yol Tanjue looked at Xiaofeng's imposing and powerful gaze. He became timid instantly. He stammered, I am chief of the beggar clan. Xiaoong chief. No, Chief Xiaoong." Someone shouted from the beggars clan, "You already joined the Xingqiu sect. How can you be the chief of the beggar clan?" "True." Xiaofeng shouted angrily, "Why did you make Azu blind?" Yol Tanjue was intimidated by his might. He moved back 2 steps and said, No, not me. Really, not me." Azu said, "My brother-in-law, I was blinded by that old thief, Ding Chunqiu. Quickly, go dig out that old thief's eyes to avenge me." Jar of Hearts, Christina Perry. I don't know that song. Without You by Harry Nilsson. Oh, that's so hard. Total Eclipse of the Heart. I know that one. That one's pretty good too. Turned around. Every now and then I felt... Blah, blah, blah. Something. Xiaofeng knew it was difficult to find out the truth in such a short period of time. He swept his gaze across the crowd. He spotted Duang Zhengchun and Ran Xingzhu. He felt his heart ache. Yet he was delighted. He said in a bright voice, "Prince Duan of Dali, your precious daughter is here. Please take care of her and teach her properly." He held on to Azu's hand and walked towards Duan Zhengchun. He pushed Azu toward him softly. Ruan Xingzhu had long soaked her sleeve with tears. Currently, her tears were falling like rain. She threw herself forward and embraced Azu. She said, "Good child, your eyes, how are they?" Duan Yu saw Xiaofeng appear suddenly. He was extremely happy. He wanted to step forth to greet him. However, Xiaofeng was simply too busy fighting with Ding Chunqiu. Saving Azu and meeting with Yol Tanjue, he saw Ran Xingzhu crying loudly while hugging Azu. He could not help but be amazed. How come Brother Jiao said this blind girl is my father's precious daughter? He doesn't know. However, he knew his father's lascivious nature, sowing seeds of love everywhere. Yeah, seeds are right. In an instant, he already guessed the underlying reason. He quickly stepped forward and shouted, "Brother, are you well? Little brother misses you dearly." Hey, the brothers are reunited. Xiaofeng swore brotherhood with Duan Yu after a wine-drinking contest in a restaurant at Wuxia. Although their meeting was short, they hit it off like old acquaintances. They treated each other with absolute sincerity. At once, he grabbed hold of Duan Yu's hands and said, "Brother, many things happened. It is difficult to explain in a few words. Luckily, you are still safe and well." Suddenly, someone shouted from the crowd, The one surnamed Xiao, you killed my elders. This blood debt had yet to be avenged. Today I will fight to the death with you. Immediately another person shouted, Xiaoong is a Khitan foreigner. Everyone knows this fact. We cannot let him leave Mount Shaoxi alone. The shouting became louder and louder. Some cursed Xiaoong for killing their sons. Some cursed him for killing their parents. In the battle at Juxian Manor, Xiaoong indeed killed quite a number of people. Of those gathered at Mount Shaoxi, some had deceased family members and intimate friends who died in the battle. Although they were afraid of Xiaoong, when thinking about his blood debt, they could not help but curse out loudly. The crowd saw Xiaoong was only accompanied by 18 riders. He had enmity with the beggar clan and Shaolin. Moments ago, he attacked Ding Chunqiu and forced him to retreat. Thus, the Xingxiu sect also became an enemy. If they really started fighting, even if the beggar clan and Shaolin refused to help, the rest of the heroes, along with the Xingxiu sect, thousands of men against Xiaoong's 19 Khitan men. No matter his divine abilities, he surely could not escape from the assault. The shouting was gathering momentum. Everyone became more courageous. Xiaoong brought 18 riders with him. They rode swiftly to the central plains. He only anticipated a sneak attack when rescuing Azu. He never expected so many enemies to gather together. He roamed about the central plains. He had roamed about the central plains since childhood. He was knowledgeable about most of the heroes here. He knew they were mostly descendants of chivalrous families. Their hatred towards him, firstly, it was due to his Khitan origin. Secondly, someone incited fear and caused this misunderstanding. He did not intend for the outcome of the battle at Juxian Manor. Today, if another battle took place, again the killings would surely add to his guilt. He was fully capable of escaping unharmed. However, the 18 riders from Yanyun, which he brought along, would surely suffer heavy casualties. He pondered. Fortunately, Azu is already out of danger. She is with her parents. I already fulfilled Aju's wish. I have to think of how to escape as soon as possible. Why tangle with these people? He turned around and said to Duan Yu, Brother, the situation will turn nasty. It is hard for us to chat now. For the time being, please go back. The mountain is high and the river is long. I am sure we will meet again someday. Oh no! Don't separate yet. He wanted Duan Yu to move aside to avoid any accidental injury when he forced his way down to the mountain to escape. Duan Yu saw there were around 1,000 heroes. Everyone wanted to attack his sworn brother. His chivalrous spirit was aroused. He shouted, Elder brother, when I swore brotherhood with you, what did I say? We will enjoy blessings and endure misfortune together. We did not ask to be born on the same year and the same date, but we asked to die together on the same day. Today, elder brother is in trouble. How can I leave you in a lurch? Good job, Duan Yu. In the past, whenever he encountered trouble, he would always execute the ingenious, graceful steps upon the waves and escape from danger. Now that he was facing a dangerous situation, his blood was rushing forth. He was determined to fight together with Xiaoong until death as sworn brothers. No matter what happened, he would not run away this time. Most of the heroes didn't know Duan Yu. He claimed to be Xiaoong's sworn brother and determined to fight together with him until death. But his appearance was weak and refined, and he was young. Thus nobody took him seriously. Their shouting became fiercer. Xiaoong said, Brother, elder brother is very grateful to your good intentions. However, it is not so easy for them to kill me. Retreat quickly. It is not convenient for me to fight them if I have to protect you as well. Duan Yu said, No need to protect me. They don't have any hatred towards me. Why would they kill me? Xiaoong forced a bitter laugh. His heart became sorrowful. If nobody harmed each other due to lack of hatred, then the various kinds of hate and enmity, where did they come from in the first place? Duan Zhengchun whispered to Hua Hegen, Fan Hua, and Ba Tianxi. This hero Xiao saved my life before. Later on, when the situation becomes desperate, we will rush in and help him escape. Fan Hua said, yes. He gazed at the crowd of heroes and said, their number is huge, Your Highness. Do you have any plans? Duan Zhengchun shook his head and said, A man differentiates gratitude and resentment clearly. He will do his utmost, even if he has to sacrifice his life. The men from Dali said in unison, this should be the way. The men of Gusu Murong were also discussing softly. Gong Yugang competed palm and wine with Xiaofeng in Wuxia city. He had extremely high admiration for him. He strongly advocated helping Xiaofeng. Bao Butong and Feng Boe also admired Xiaofeng very much. They were eager to step forth and help him. However, Murong Fu said, brothers, our number one priority is the restoration of Great Yan. How can we offend all the heroes just for the sake of Xiaofeng? Deng Baichuan said, the young master is correct. What should we do? Murong Fu said, win the support of the majority. Make them believe we are helping. Suddenly he whistled and said in a bright voice, Brother Xiao, you are a hero of Khitan. You have no regards for the heroes of the Central Plains. Today, Murong Fu would like to ask you for advice. If I die by your hands, it can be considered doing my part for the heroes of the Central Plains. My death will be glorious. His speech was actually for the heroes of the Central Plains. Thus, no matter victory or death, the heroes would treat the Gusu Murong family as a worthy friend. This Murong Fu guy seems like a very deceptive person. Although the crowd of heroes wanted to go all out against Xiaofeng, none of them dared to step forward to initiate the challenge. Everyone knew that if they fought until the end, they would surely kill him. However, the first 10 men would surely die first. Suddenly, they saw Murong Fu step forward to take the lead. They were extremely gratified, and their morale soared. Northern Xiaofeng, Southern Murong. Both of them are equally famous. Murong Fu initiated the challenge. Even if he was no match for Xiaofeng, he would greatly reduce his fighting strength and exhaust his internal energy. In an instant, the cheering of the crowd resonated from all four corners. Xiaofeng saw Murong Fu step forward to challenge. He could not help but be startled. He cupped his fists in salute and said, I have long heard of your legendary reputation. Today I finally get to meet your honorable self. I am greatly comforted. Duan Yu said anxiously, Brother Murong, you are at fault now. My sworn brother is meeting you for the first time. He has no animosity with you. Why take advantage of this precarious situation? Moreover, when everyone wrongly accused you, my brother even stepped forward to explain the facts. Murong Fu smiled coldly and said, Brother Duan wants to be a hero who resolves grievances and injustice. Please step forward to bestow your teachings. Murong Fu endured Duan Yu's constant tangling with Wang Yuyan for a very long time. Now he finally seized the opportunity to flare up. Duan Yu said, What abilities I have to bestow teachings on you? I merely said a few words of fairness. Suddenly, 4 monks from the Xuan generation walked towards Xiaofeng. They put their palms together and said, Honorable Xiao, our abbot humbly invites you. Please be at the main hall for discussion. An old monk turned around and said to the crowd, Everyone please excuse us. Our abbot, Sun Tzu, invites Honorable Xiaofeng. He has some important matters to discuss with him. When they finish, Honorable Xiao will come out promptly to meet you again. Everyone please rest for the time being. When the crowd heard it, their chattering ceased. Some sat down immediately. Duan Yu feared Shaolin might hatch a plot to harm Xiaofeng. He said, "Big brother, let me accompany you." Xiaofeng nodded his head and said, "Very well." They followed the 4 monks to the main hall. When they arrived, the monk who was leading the way called out to the monks in the hall. Another 10 monks came out and accompanied them. Xiaofeng was inwardly afraid. These few old monks walk with a steady gait, their gazes bright and clear. Most likely, they were experts from the Xuan generation. He assumed these group of monks would attack him soon. He would surely meet a violent death. He whispered to Duan Yu, who was beside him, "Brother, go outside and take care of my entourage. Afterwards, go protect your father." Duan Yu shook his head, and he smiled and said, "Shaolin will not harm my father. We are sworn brothers. We will face death. We will face life and death together." Xiaofeng was extremely touched. He grasped Duan Yu's hand lightly. The group entered. Oh, they're holding hands, guys. How cute. The group entered a meditation room. Abbott Xuanzi was already standing by the door to greet them. He invited everyone to sit down. A monk served tea. Xuanzi and Duan Yu exchanged a few pleasantries. Xuanzi introduced the foreign guests to Xiaofeng. He introduced Shenshan, Shenyin, Guanxin, Daoqing, Xiaoxian, and Rongji. Afterwards, he introduced the monks from the Xuan generation. Xuanzi took out a cotton cap from his bosom and wore it. He put his palms together and said smilingly, "Honorable Xiao, do you still recognize this old monk?" Xiaofeng recognized him immediately. He bowed and said, "Great Master Xuanzi, you are Mr. Qi." What is Mr. Qi? Xuanzi nodded his head and smiled. 4 old monks took out cotton caps from their bosom. Oh! They met with him in disguise. Xiaofeng bowed and said to Xuandu, "Great Master Xuandu, you are Mr. Du." He paid his respects to Xuanyin and said, "Great Master Xuanyin, you are Mr. Jin." He paid his respect to Xuanji and said, "Great Master Xuanji, you are Mr. Chu." He paid his respects to Xuansheng and said, "Great Master Xuansheng, you are Mr. Sun." Xuandu was injured. He was supported by his disciples. He said gravely, "Lady Achu is vivacious and adorable. She asked old monk to take care of his body. What a pity she left this world first." Xiaofeng's heart ached. He forcefully held back his tears. Xuanzi said, "Martial brothers, Lord Xiao is a former student of Shaolin. He is the disciple of Xuan Ku. Martial brother Xuan Ku was killed 2 years ago. At that time, everyone assumed Lord Xiao committed the crime. This old monk and martial brother Xuanji examined the broken bones of Xuan Ku thoroughly. The murderer's palm strength is exceptionally violent and fierce. It did not originate from Shaolin. However, we knew Lord Xiao mastered the beggar clan's 28 dragon subduing palm. The palm style strong and powerful. Thus, this old monk, along with Xuandu, Xuanyin, Xuanji, and Xuansheng, the 5 of us changed into layman's clothing. We ran into Lord Xiao at a pavilion in Mount Tiantai. We invited him to display his full strength, exhaust all his abilities. The 5 of us matched palm with him. We came to the same conclusion. Xuan Ku was not killed by Qiao Feng. Although the Xuan generation, Xuanren, Xuanji, Xuantong, they are occupied with some other matters. The 5 of us are remaining fighters. We fellow apprentices employed different palm strength. Hard and soft, hard and strong, soft and yielding, heavy and profound. Lord Xiao must make an all-out effort. He could not use cheap tricks, or else he would die violently on the spot. Even if he managed to conceal his true ability from one of us, he definitely could not hide from all of us. This old monk exchanged a palm with him. This old monk used a move from the Prajna palm, the bottom of emptiness. My palm strength was truly vacant and empty. Unexpectedly, Lord Xiao's palm strength suddenly became empty. If this old monk was tempted by his move and seized the opportunity to release my strength, his ribs would surely shatter. The five of us met Lord Xiao by chance at the mountain. For the sake of not injuring me, he took a great risk and withdrew all his palm strength. For a total stranger, an old man he never met before, he refused to harm me. Thus, how is it possible for him to harm his own revered teacher? Based on palm technique, martial brother Xuanku was not killed by Lord Xiao. Based on personal character, even more unlikely for him to kill Xuanku. Xuandu, Xuanyin, Xuanji, and Xuansheng, the four of them, said in unison, Senior Martial Brother Abbott made the deduction immediately on the spot. The four of us had to think over the details. We discussed the various subtle points in his palm technique and palm strength. We were left without the slightest bit of doubt. Xuanzi said in an awe-inspiring manner, At that time on Mount Tiantai, the five of us made a decision. If Xiaoong is indeed the murderer, then the five of us will combine our strength and exterminate him. Firstly, this was to avenge Xuanku. Secondly, it was to get rid of a great calamity. He turned towards Xiaoong and said, Xiao Xiju, today we revealed this matter. It is not to show off, but to explain to martial brother Shenshan and the other senior monks. Our Shaolin disciple did not kill innocent people rashly. Shaolin is upright and disciplined. Xiaoong bowed and said, Yes, many thanks to Abbott for clearing my name. Xuanzi's expression was kind and amiable. He said unhurriedly, Xiao Shiju, I will be blunt. The leader you have been tracking down all along, it is this old monk, Xuanzi. When everyone heard it, they could not help but tremble. Bum bum bum. He was the leader of the expedition. Ooh, good time for a break. Alright, you guys, 5 minutes. I'll be right back. And we are back. Okay, so the Abbott was the leader of that expedition. So he did kill Xiaofeng's parents. Xuanzi continued. That day at Mount Tiantai, I knew you did not kill martial brother Xuanku. Thus, when I matched palm with you, I withdrew my palm strength. I intended for you to kill me with a single strike, so that you can avenge your parents. Xiaofeng obtained this truth abruptly. His mind was in turmoil. Nevertheless, various doubts and suspicions finally cleared up. At that time, someone delivered false news. My father is coming to steal martial arts manuals from Shaolin's hidden scripture pavilion. Martial artists from the Central Plains have to stop him. Obviously, Shaolin's abbot had to take the lead. Abbot Xuanzi headed the group, along with former beggar clan Chief Wang, as well as other martial arts experts. Since I came from Shaolin, I am aware of Abbot Suansu's amiable nature. You definitely wouldn't kill my father and mother for no reason. My heart is biased. I ignored the leader of the group, who was right in front of me. I never bothered to think through the possibility that Abbot Suansu is the leader. I assumed the leader was extremely vicious and evil. No matter how you see it, he could not be linked to Abbot Suansu. Xiaoong is really blind, stupid to the extreme. I sacrificed Aju for nothing. When he thought of Aju, his heart ached again. Suansu said dimly, "This old monk made a huge blunder. I willingly accept death. Xiao Xiju, please come here and kill me with one strike. Avenge your parents. This should be the proper thing to do as a son. This old monk failed to reveal this matter early. Thus, many people were killed. Fellow martial brothers, later on when Xiaoong kills me, it is cause and effect. When there is a cause, there must be an effect. Nobody is allowed to harm him." He lowered his hands and stepped forward, waiting for Xiaoong to land his palm. Xiaofeng's hand was behind his back. He stepped forward slowly and said, "Great Master Abbott, at that time, someone delivered false news. You mistakenly believed it, hence causing the tragedy at Yanmen Pass. If I was in your position, I would also do the same thing. Great Master Abbott handled matters fairly. You did not violate any Buddhist decree. Great Master Abbott did not kill my revered teacher, Xuan Ku, but my foster parents, Chao Qiansun and the rest. Who killed them?" Suanzi said, "This old monk is ashamed. Although I did not kill them, they certainly died because of me. Till today, this old monk still doesn't know who is the killer." Xiaofeng said, "Since nobody knows the identity of the killer, Xiaofeng cannot place all the blame entirely on you right now. Xiaofeng is muddled and stupid. I was blinded by hatred and desire for revenge. I refused to free myself. Inevitably, I caused the death of many people. The truth will come to light eventually. I will seek Abbott's advice again in the future." Suanzi put his palm together and said, "If you want revenge, you can come take my life any time. However, there are thousands of people who want to kill you right now at the base of the mountain. Even if you possess godlike bravery, ultimately you are heavily outnumbered. Why don't you flee and exit from the rear mountain? Shaolin will bear all responsibility and explain to the crowd of heroes." Xiaofeng shook his head and said, "I killed many people at Jushan Manor. Although I was forced by circumstance, it was an act of self-defense, but ultimately I was too savage. Since people want to seek me for revenge, how can I hide cowardly? But if I resist, then I will kill many people again. What should I do? Great Master, please enlighten me." Suanzi said, "I knew your heart is kind and compassionate. Based on this, you can attain high virtue and achievement." Xiaofeng said, "Disciple, don't dare to ask for virtue or achievement. I only hope to commit less sin." Suanzi said, "As a martial arts practitioner, when you constantly think about committing less sin, that itself is a virtue." Xiaofeng said, "Many thanks to Great Master's teachings. I will take my leave now." He bowed to the rest of the monks, turned around, and left. Duan Yu followed closely and left as well. No, that's that. One mystery down. So now, who killed his foster parents? Both of them reached the temple's entrance. The crowd of heroes stood up. Wu Rongfu moved forward and said in a bright voice, Xiaoong, today everyone wants to kill you for revenge. I will start first. Xiaoong said, You want to kill me for revenge? Which member of Gusu Murong did I kill? Murong Fu was at a loss for words. He said, You and I shared the same status for a long time. Today, we have to determine who is superior. Ding Chunqiu was forced to retreat by Xiaofeng's palm, his reputation in tatters. Moreover, he did not get the chance to display all his consummate skills. At once he leapt forward. He laughed loudly and said, I don't know if your reputation is in tatters because you lost to Xiaofeng, no? It's kind of understandable. He laughed loudly and said, Ha 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 ha. The one surnamed Xiao, based on your young age, I yielded 3 moves just now. However, I will not yield on the 4th move. Yu Tanzhu stepped forward and said, I thank you for saving Miss Azu. However, you killed my father. This hatred is irreconcilable. The one surnamed Xiao, today we will settle this once and for all. Xiaofeng saw 3 top experts surrounding him. In addition, Shaolin monks were crowded at the east and west. They looked disordered and chaotic. In reality, they were actually arranged in an extremely powerful formation. The situation now is far more dangerous than the battle at Xuxian Manor. Although he already dissolved the hatred with the Xuan generation monks just now, but the monks in the great Luohan formation had yet to know the truth. Suddenly, he heard the wretched neighing noises of 19 Khitan steeds turn over and collapse. They vomited white foam and died violently. 19 horses died. Eighteen Khitan warriors shouted repeatedly. They drew out their sabers and launched their palms. In an instant, 7 to 8 Xingxiu disciples were slaughtered. The rest of the disciples managed to flee. As it turned out, when Ding Chunqiu stepped forth to challenge, his disciples seized the opportunity to launch poison. They targeted the Khitans' steeds so that Xiaofeng could not use it to rush out of the encirclement. Xiaofeng caught a glimpse of his beloved horse staring at him before it died. Ah! The horse had a desolate, longing expression for its owner. Xiaofeng recalled the long days he spent on the horse. They traveled thousands of miles southward. Morning till night, they never separated. Unexpectedly, it died by the hands of these crafty scoundrels. Warm blood circulated rapidly in his body. It aroused his heroic courage. He whistled and said, I can't do it. Gentleman Murong, Chief Zhuang, Old Freak Ding, the 3 of you come at me together. Why should I fear you? He resented Xingxiu's sinister methods. With a hu sound, he launched his palm violently towards Ding Chunqiu. Ding Chunqiu experienced his palm force before. He launched both palms simultaneously. Wow, he's fighting all 3 at the same time. Okay, he's pretty much the most powerful person in the world now. Ding Chunqiu experienced his awesome palm strength before. He launched both palms simultaneously to resist. Xiaofeng conveniently guided the incoming palm force. He drew out the palm strength of the 2 men and sent it hacking towards Murong Fu. Murong Fu's consummate skill was the star-shifting movement. He was an expert in redirecting an opponent's move. However, the move from Xiaofeng contained the palm strength of 2 different men. The force was too powerful. Moreover, the palm strength was cycling around rapidly. Murong Fu had no idea where it is targeting. Thus, he could not redirect the force. At once, he pushed out with both palms and floated 3 zhang backwards. Xiaoong leaned his body to one side. He dodged Mu Rongfu's palm force and shouted. It was akin to a thunderbolt from midair. He struck his left fist at You Tanzhi. His stature was big and tall. He was one head taller than You Tanzhi. This punch was directed at his face. You Tanzhi was fearful of Xiaoong. When he heard his thunderbolt shout, he became even more fearful. This fist from Xiaoong arrived quickly. Launching of palm at Ding Chunqiu, hacking at Mu Rongfu, punching You Tanzhi. Although they occurred one after another, these three moves were executed in succession, as fast as lightning. You Tanzhi was about to ward off the fist, but the force already reached his face. Fortunately for him, he trained in the divine foot scripture diligently. His body would react automatically. His head moved backward rapidly, and he somersaulted backward twice. He managed to dodge this 1,000 caddies punch by a hair's breadth. However, You Tanzhi felt a cooling sensation on his face. He heard the crowd gasp in surprise. Pieces of cloth scattered in all directions like butterflies. Oh no, his mask is gone. Unexpectedly, his face mask was shattered by Xiaoong's fist. The crowd saw his bumpy, indented face, some patches of red, some patches of black. His face was riddled with scars, facial features all mashed up, ugly, and terrifying to the extreme. Everyone was overwhelmed with shock. Ah, poor guy. With just 3 moves, Xiaoong repelled the top 3 experts of the current age. His heroic spirit burst forth and he shouted, "Bring the wine!" Oh damn. A Khitan warrior retrieved a huge leather bag from the dead horse. He presented it with both hands. Xiaoong pulled out the cork and lifted the leather bag high up in the air. I think Xiaoong may be worse than you, Bigfoot. He tilted it slightly, and a stream of white wine flowed out. He turned his head upwards. With a gluk sound, he drank endlessly. The leather bag was filled with wine. It was at least 20 caddies. However, Xiaoong drank without stopping, and emptied the entire bag of wine. His stomach bulged slightly, however his complexion was still dark, expression normal. He was completely unaffected by the wine. The crowd of heroes turned pale and looked at each other. Xiaoong waved his right hand. The remaining 17 Khitan warriors all carried a huge leather bag and rushed towards him. Xiaoong said to the 18 Khitan warriors, "Brothers, this gentleman Duan from Dali, he is my sworn brother. Today we are surrounded by enemies, facing impossible odds, difficult to escape." Just now he matched the palm with Mu Rongfu and the rest, although he won, but he tested their abilities. These 3 experts all possessed consummate skills. If they joined hands and acted together, he would surely be defeated. Moreover, he was surrounded by over 1,000 heroes. They were glaring at him like a tiger watching its prey. He held on to Duan Yu's hands and said, "Brother, you and I will share life and death together. We did not become sworn brothers in vain. Regardless of whether we live or die, everyone should drink to the heart's content." Duan Yu was aroused by his heroic spirit. He took a leather bag and said, "Correct. I was about to drink with elder brother to her heart's content." Suddenly, a gray-clothed monk, hey, the 3 brothers, came out from the group of Shaolin monks. He said in a bright voice, "Elder brother, 3rd brother, you are drinking wine. How come you never invite me?" It was Suju. He saw Xiaoong riding up the mountain. Man, he really doesn't want to be a monk anymore. What the fuck? He was so sad. Wait, he's still in Shaolin, right? He wasn't kicked out yet. What are you doing? What are you doing, my man? He saw Xiaoong riding up the mountain, his heroic spirit overpowering. The crowd became lifeless. Suju could not help but admire him from the bottom of his heart. He also saw how Duan Yu valued brotherhood. He willingly chose to die together with Xiaoong. That day, when he swore brotherhood with Duan Yu, They also included Xiaoong. A man should never take back his words, unflinching in the face of death. He recalled the feelings he shared with Duan Yu while being intoxicated at Vulture Palace. What life or death, rules and monastic principle? Suju cast them aside and ignored it. Xiaoong never met with Suju before. He heard Suju address him as elder brother. He could not help but stare stupidly. Duan Yu rushed over to pull Suju's hands. He turned around and said to Xiaoong, "Elder brother, this is also our sworn brother. His religious name is Suju. He left the monastic order and is now known as Suju Zi. When we swore brotherhood, we included you as well. Second brother, quickly pay respect to elder brother." Suju stepped forward. He knelt down and kowtowed. He said, "Elder brother, little brother kowtows in salute." Xiaoong smiled faintly. He pondered. "My sworn brother is a little foolish. Unexpectedly, he included me as well when he swore brotherhood with someone else. I will die soon. The situation is incomparably dangerous. But this person is not afraid of the danger and stepped forward bravely. It goes to show he is a true man who values brotherhood, a good man. To be sworn brothers with him, it is not in vain at all." At once he knelt down and said, "Brother, to be able to become sworn brother with you, it is really a joyous occasion." Both of them bowed 8 times in front of everyone. Unexpectedly, they swore brotherhood right in front of the crowd of heroes. Xiaoong was unaware of Suju's supreme martial arts. He saw Suju was a monk from a low generation. He presumed his martial arts was limited. However, since Suju stepped forth bravely, he would be showing contempt if he asked him to step aside and hide. Thus, he lifted a leather bag and said, "My 2 brothers, these 18 Khitan warriors are loyal and devoted to me. They are like my hands and feet. Everyone, drink to your heart's content. Let go of your inhibition and kill." He pulled out the cork and drank a huge mouthful. He handed over the leather bag to Suju. Suju was boiling with warm blood. Why would he even care about the 5 precepts or 6 precepts, 7 or 8 precepts? He doesn't even know how many there are now. He lifted the leather bag and drank a mouthful. Afterwards, he passed the bag to Duan Yu. Duan Yu drank a mouthful and passed the bag to a Khitan warrior. All the warriors drank from the bag in succession. Suju said to Xiaoong, "Elder brother, this old freak of Xingxiu killed people from my former school, Shaolin's master Xuan'an and Xuantong. Afterwards, he killed people from my current sect, my master and my senior martial brother. Little brother will avenge them now." Xiaoong was curious. He asked, "Who?" He did not get the chance to continue. Suju waved his palm lightly and launched it towards Ding Chunqiu. Xiaoong saw his strangely mythical palm technique, his internal energy deep and profound. He could not help but be startled, yet delighted. He pondered, "As it turns out, second brother's martial art is so powerful. I never expected it at all." He shouted, "Watch out for my fists!" With hoo-hoo sounds, he launched his fists at Mu Rongfu and Yol Tanzhi. Mu Rongfu and Yol Tanzhi made a move to resist. The 18 Khitan warriors understood their lord's intention. They surrounded Duan Yu and protected him. Suju executed the 6 solar palms of Heavenly Mountain. He was circling and fluttering about, every move advancing and pressuring. Previously, Ding Chunqiu snuck into the wooden house. He used to poison. He poisoned Xu Xinghe and Suju. Xu Xinghe met a violent death due to the poison. However, Suju was completely unaffected. Ding Chunqiu harbored deep fear of him. Currently, Ding Chunqiu didn't dare to use his poison techniques, as he feared Suju's poison technique was superior to his. It would rebound back and he would suffer. Thus, he used palm techniques to fight with Suju. He pondered, "This little bald thief unraveled the Zhenlong chess formation. Unexpectedly, that old thief imparted all his skills to him and made him sect leader of the Carefree sect. That old thief is crafty. He would surely arrange some poisonous scheme. I must not be careless. The martial arts of the Carefree sect paid particular attention to elegance and agility, graceful and clear and distinct. Ding Chunchu and Suju were fighting with each other, one of them white hair with childlike countenance, just like an immortal, the other monk sleeves fluttering, flowing like the wind. Both of them moved off immediately after hitting the ground, truly like a pair of butterflies among flowers, dancing around indefinitely. They displayed the essence of the two-word carefree brilliantly. The spectating crowd had never seen the martial arts of the Carefree sect before. Everyone felt carefree and relaxed when they observed the fight. They pondered. These two men employed ruthless techniques. They target opponents' vital points. However, their movement and style is so graceful and artistic, as if they are dancing. This kind of natural and unrestrained palm technique, I have never seen it before. I wonder where this martial art originated from. What is the name? Peepzilla, you feel carefree now? On the other side, Xiaoong was fighting with Mu Rongfu and You Tanzhi. Initially, he took the lead with the first 10 moves. However, from the 10th move onwards, every fist and palm move from You Tanzhi contained yin frost energy. Xiaoong was fighting Mu Rongfu with his full strength. During this time, You Tanzhi would make a move and attack him. He could not help but feel cold air invading his body. It was really difficult to endure. The frost silkworm poison inside You Tanzhi's body was further cultivated by the divine foot scripture, good and evil mutually assisting, fire and water helping each other. It became the number one most powerful internal energy under heaven. In addition, with the subtle power of Mu Rongfu's star-shifting movement, fighting these two experts with all his might, Xiaoong was in a dangerous situation. The danger was not inferior to the time when he had to fight several hundred heroes in Juxian Manor. However, Xiaoong was gifted with godlike martial talent. Duan Yu needs to take that dude's frost energy away. I wonder what would happen if Duan Yu sucks his energy. However, Xiaoong was gifted with godlike martial talent. The more dire the situation became, the latent courage and strength inside his body will emerge. He executed the 28 dragon subduing palm. He launched palm after palm. Unexpectedly, Mu Rongfu and You Tanzhi were unable to move near him. Thus, You Tanzhi's frost silkworm poison could not invade and attack his body anymore. However, by fighting this way, Xiaoong exhausted quite a bit of internal energy. In the long run, his palm strength would surely suffer and weaken. You Tanzhi failed to realize this fact. However, Mu Rongfu was astute. He knew he and Chief Zhuang only needed to endure for another hour. After that, they would surely gain the upper hand. Northern Xiaoong, Southern Mu Rong, both were equally famous. Today, they were fighting in public for the first time. However, Mu Rongfu needed the assistance of this beggar clan chief, even if they managed to kill Xiaoong. Clearly, this southern Mu Rong is not as good as northern Xiaoong. Mu Rongfu plotted. The restoration of Yan is of vital importance. Fame and prestige is only a small matter. If I can kill this great scourge of martial arts fraternity, I will become a hero of great song. Naturally, they will be grateful towards me. The title of Supreme Leader of the Martial Arts Fraternity will surely go to me. By then, I only need to issue an order, and the restoration of the great Yan will become a reality. When Xiaoong is dead, even if southern Mu Rong is not as good as northern Xiaoong, it will eventually become history. However, he was having second thoughts. After killing Xiaoong, Zhuang Juxian would become a powerful enemy. If he seizes the title of Supreme Leader of Martial Arts Fraternity, then I have to listen to his orders. This is not good. Henceforth, when he made a move to attack, he would secretly conserve a fraction of his internal energy. He acted as if he was using his full strength. He dashed around bravely. However, the formidable power of Xiaofeng's 28 dragon-subduing palm was endured mostly by You Tanzhi. Mu Rongfu's movement was strangely mythical. Bystanders could not see through his trick. Oh. In the blink of an eye, the three of them exchanged over 100 moves. Xiaofeng employed numerous tricks in succession. You Tanzhi was duped and fell into his trap. You Tanzhi had extremely shallow experience. He was fooled several times, but Mu Rongfu was always by his side to take care of him. He promptly resolved all the danger. As for Xiaofeng's incomparably powerful palm strength, You Tanzhi relied on his deep and profound energy to forcibly endure it. Duan Yu was protected by 18 Khitan warriors. He saw his second brother advancing with every step. He did not suffer any disadvantage at all. His elder brother was fighting two enemies alone. Although his power was godlike, but the wind beat violently with every palm strike. Sand and rocks flying about. It was difficult to persist much longer. Duan Yu pondered. I claim to go through trials and tribulations with both of my brothers. However, when things come to a head, I am hiding here, being protected. What kind of brotherhood is this? What share life and death together? We will die eventually. Among the three of us, I cannot be the most useless. Although I don't know any martial arts, but I can use graceful steps upon the waves and tangle with Mu Rongfu, so that elder brother can focus on defeating that ugly Chief Zhuang. This should be the way. He made his decision. His body flashed out of the protective circle and he walked out. He said in a bright voice, Gentleman Mu Rong, you and my elder brother are equally famous. You should fight one-on-one with him. Why do you require the assistance of others? Ooh, hit them where it hurts. If you fight till a draw, won't it be a disgrace? Come. If you are capable, come here and try to punch me. His body flashed again. He moved behind Mu Rongfu. He stretched out his hand to grab his neck. Mu Rongfu saw his movement was strangely quick. He flipped his palm and with a pa sound, he smacked Duan Yu's face. Duan Yu's right cheek was split open and blood flowed out. He was in so much pain that tears flowed down as well. His graceful steps upon the waves was a marvelous skill. When put to full use, it was truly difficult for anyone to hit him. However, now he was making a move to attack someone. How can his clumsy grab land on Gusu Mu Rong, who possessed first-class martial arts? Moreover, Duan Yu didn't know how to dodge this slap. His flesh and skin was lacerated, the pain indescribable. Mu Rongfu's palm only touched Duan Yu's cheek for a brief moment. However, he felt his internal energy drain out rapidly, like torrent. His energy disappeared without a trace. His arm and palm also became numb. He was startled and cursed. The chap's surnamed Duan. How come you also joining Xingxiu's sect? Duan Yu said, What do you say? He did not get to complete his sentence. Unexpectedly, Mu Rongfu sent one flying kick at him and made him somersault. Mu Rongfu never expected his sneak attack to succeed so easily. He was delighted. His body flew forward, his right foot stepping on Duan Yu's stomach. He shouted, Do you want to live or die? Duan Yu turned his head sideways. He saw Xiaofeng was still engaged in a fierce battle with Zhang Juxian. He knew that if he rebutted Mu Rongfu, he would be killed immediately. Afterwards, Mu Rongfu would assist Zhang Juxian and his elder brother will be in danger again. It was best to delay for time. He said, What is so good about dying? Obviously, it is more interesting to live in this world as a person. Unexpectedly, Duan Yu dared to make a sarcastic remark at this juncture. Mu Rongfu's expression turned grave. He shouted, Since you want to live, then... He wanted Duan Yu to kowtow 100 times, humiliate him in public. But he had second thoughts. Duan Yu possessed an ingenious set of footwork. If he let him go now, it would be difficult to capture him again. He said, "Then call me grandfather 100 times." Duan Yu laughed and said, "Ha ha ha, you're merely a few years older than me. How can you be my grandfather? Don't you feel ashamed?" With a hoo sound, Mu Rongfu sent out a palm. He struck a spot on the right of Duan Yu's head. Mud and dirt flew about. A hole appeared on the ground. If this palm moved slightly to the left, Duan Yu's head would crack open immediately. Mu Rongfu shouted, "Do you want to call or not?" Duan Yu turned his head sideways. He saw Wang Yuyan standing beside Bao Butong and Feng Boe, her pair of eyes gazing at him steadily. However, her expression did not have the slightest trace of worry or concern. Damn. Obviously, she must be thinking, cousin will never kill Gentleman Duan. Even if Mu Rongfu killed Duan Yu, Wang Yuyan would not be particularly sad or broken-hearted. If Mu Rongfu failed to kill Duan Yu, she might even feel a tinge of regret. Duan Yu looked at Wang Yuyan's expression. He was completely disheartened. It was better for him to be killed by Mu Rongfu rather than suffer the endless torment of his yearning. He said dispiritedly, "Why don't you call me grandfather 100 times?" Mu Rongfu was enraged. He lifted his right palm and directed it at Duan Yu's face. Suddenly, two shadows darted forth. Someone shouted, "Don't harm my son!" Another person shouted, "Don't harm my master!" Although their movements were quick, but they could not stop Mu Rongfu from landing his palm strike. Wow. Hey! The divine croc just saved them. What a good disciple. However, Duan Zhengchun and the divine croc had extremely high martial arts. Two streams of palm strength targeted Mu Rongfu's vital point. If Mu Rongfu did not intercept these two palms, he could kill Duan Yu, but he would surely sustain heavy injuries. He withdrew his right palm immediately and blocked Duan Zhengchun's palm. His left hand drew a circle and neutralized the divine croc's attack. The palm force of these three men surged forth. They trembled with fear. Each of them felt the opponent's martial arts was truly solid. Duan Zhengchun was anxious to save his beloved son. His right forefinger executed the Yi-Yang finger, variation wide, internal energy vigorous. Wang Yuyan shouted, "Cousin, be careful! It is the Dali Duan family's Yi-Yang finger. You must not underestimate it." The divine croc shouted loudly, "Damn you! Although my master is useless, but he is still Yu Laoer's master. You dare to beat my master? It is the same as beating Yue Laoer. If my master is afraid of death and call you grandfather, then how can Yue Laoer be a human anymore? How should I address you when I see you? Won't you be 3 generations higher than me? Then won't I become a turtle grandson? Simply preposterous." While shouting, he took out his crocodile scissors. He cut left and right. Remember, his weapon is like huge scissors, I guess. He cut continuously at Mu Rongfu. The thing he feared the most was his generation ranking being lower than other people. Even among the 4 great evils, he argued endlessly with Ye Erniang for the number 2 rank. Currently, if Duan Yu called Mu Rongfu grandfather, then the divine croc would surely become a turtle grandson. He'd rather chop his head off than become a turtle grandson. Mu Rongfu didn't know what he was shouting about. He's like, what the hell? His right foot stepped on Duan Yu firmly, his pair of hands fighting 2 enemies. On the 10th move, Mu Rongfu detected that although the divine croc was equipped with a powerful weapon, it was rather easy to deal with. However, he could not underestimate Duan Zhengchun's Yi-Yang finger. Thus, he focused his attention on Duan Zhengchun and fought him directly. As for the divine croc, Mu Rongfu used his remaining force to neutralize the crocodile scissors attack. In his busy state, he managed to retaliate 1 to 2 moves. The divine croc was forced to move several zhang backwards to avoid Mu Rongfu's counterattack. Guan Yu was pinned down by Mu Rongfu. He struggled forcefully, wanting to stand up, but how could he do so? Duan Zhengchun saw his beloved son being controlled. He knew Mu Rongfu only needed to increase the pressure in his foot, and Duan Yu would surely vomit blood and die. It was beneficial to end this fight quickly. He had to rescue his son and escape quickly. At once, his Yi-Yang finger became more aggressive, every move advancing and pressuring. Suddenly, he heard a peculiar voice. Dali, wait, I think I know who this is. Yep. Dali Duan family's Yi-Yang finger. Pay particular attention to strict form, solemn, respectful, and poised, even when being bold and powerful. It must not deviate from its poised demeanor. What are you doing? What you are doing now is only harassing, no different from a lowly beggar clan disciple with no pouch. How can it be called the Yi-Yang finger? Ha 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 ha! Aren't you shaming the name of Dali's Duan family? Duan Zhengchun knew the voice came from his archenemy Duan Yanqing. Although his words were correct, but his beloved son was in danger. Duan Zhengchun's mental state was in disarray. Why would he even care about strict form or poised demeanor? His Yi-Yang finger became more and more heavy. Although fierce, it was unsteady. Suddenly, when he made a move with his finger, Mu Rongfu redirected the power. With a chi sound, it landed on the divine croc's shoulder. You love seeing Dad jump in to defend Duan Yu? Yeah. You imagine the croc guy to look like a gardener? Yeah. The divine croc made a monstrous wah-wah cry. What's a wah-wah cry? He cursed, "Da!" With a qiang-lang sound, his crocodile scissors dropped to the ground and smashed his leg bone. Oh crap. Oh no! He was in pain. He cursed furiously. However, he had second thoughts. He is Master's father. If I curse him, then I will inevitably mess up the generation ranking. I cannot curse him. Someday, if I have the chance, I will simply cut off his head. Duan Zhengchun accidentally injured the wrong person. He was distracted. Mu Rongfu seized the opportunity and pointed his left middle finger. As quick as lightning, he sealed Duan Zhengchun's Zhongting acupoint on the stomach. This Zhongting acupoint was 1 inch and 6 fun below the Shanzhong acupoint. The Shanzhong acupoint was a sea of energy in the human body. Hundreds of energy pathways would gather at this point. It was of vital importance. When sealed by an enemy, the person's breathing would immediately be blocked. Mu Rongfu knew his opponent was capable. He only hoped his finger would land on Duan Zhengchun's body. He did not specifically target the Shanzhong acupoint. Nevertheless, Duan Zhengchun still felt sharp pain from his stomach. It was difficult for him to breathe. Wang Yuyan saw her cousin's finger land on his opponent. She clapped and cheered. "Cousin, what a good move! Yaksha exploring the sea." However, the real Yaksha exploring the sea required the practitioner to hit the Shanzhong acupoint. Wang Yuyan wanted to praise her sweetheart, although his move missed the intended target by 1 inch and 6 fun, but she vaguely treated it as Yaksha exploring the sea. Nah. She's so enamored with him. I don't like her. Why does it say 1 inch and 6 fun? Why does it switch from the English system to the Chinese system? Mu Rongfu knew his finger did not seal his opponent's vital acupoint. He immediately compensated with another move. He launched his right palm and attacked Duan Zhengchun's stomach. Duan Zhengchun had yet to regain his breath. He did not have any power to resist. He was hit by Mu Rongfu's violent palm strike. and spurted a mouthful of blood. Oh no, Daddy Duan. Duan Zhengchun was concerned about his beloved son. He refused to retreat. He hastily gathered his breath. Mu Rongfu already launched his second palm strike. Duan Yu was pinned down. Suddenly, he saw his father spurt a mouthful of blood. Mu Rongfu already launched his second palm strike. Duan Yu was extremely anxious. He quickly pointed his right forefinger at Mu Rongfu. He shouted, "You dare beat my father?" In a moment of desperation, his energy involuntarily shot out from his forefinger. It was precisely the Shanyang sword stance from the Six Meridians divine sword. Other people became flustered when showing concern. However, his energy flowed out when showing concern. It was necessary for him to be anxious. Only then was his internal energy can shoot out from his finger. Although he heard a qi sound, Mu Rongfu's sleeve was sliced off by his invisible energy sword. Immediately after, the energy sword bumped against Mu Rongfu's palm force. Mu Rongfu felt his arm ache. He was greatly startled and leapt back hastily. Duan Yu finally freed himself. He sprung up and stood upright. Mu Rongfu had yet to retreat. His father was still in danger. He pointed with his left little finger. He thrusted the Xiaozhi sword at Mu Rongfu. Mu Rongfu quickly swung his left sleeve to meet the enemy. Two chi-chi sound. His left sleeve was sliced off by the energy sword. Deng Baichan shouted, "Young master, be careful of the invisible energy sword. Why don't you use a weapon?" He unsheathed his sword. He turned the sword hilt and tossed it towards Mu Rongfu. Timu and Wuxia, the two most Chinese things. There's this Timu. Is it called Timu or Temu? Duan Yu heard Wang Yuyan cheering when his father was hit by Mu Rongfu. He was concerned about his father's safety and also furious at Wang Yuyan's heartlessness. His anxiety was at 100%. His pain and sorrow also at 100. His internal energy surged forth at once. In an instant, Xiaoshang sword, Shanyang sword, Zhongchong sword, Guanchong sword, Xiaochong sword, Xiaozi sword, all 6 sword stances crisscrossed and flew about. It flowed smoothly according to his heart's desire, as if he received God's assistance. All right. Hey! He's doing pretty well, isn't he? What if he defeats him? I want to see that. It's Timu. Is Duan Yu over Wang Yuyan? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. What do you mean? He's furious at her. There's a fine line between love and hate. All right. Some good shit right there. I think it's because we're getting towards the end. The chapters are getting longer and longer.